Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Nerds That Nom. I'm Anna from Anna's Loot and Living,
And Mark Rodriguez here for the Video Game Master Show and all my other thousands of shows.
Paige could not be with us today. We miss you. We really were looking forward to having a third person here as well.
Yes, Mr. Chuck Rodriguez, which is probably busy eating fudge right now.
Or just sleeping.
Yep.
But the whole point of this was we thought it would be really cool to, just get together at a diner. We're actually at the Heyday Diner in beautiful downtown Johnstown, and we figured it would be cool just to get together and eat and talk about nerd stuff.
Yeah, and just random topics about the latest, newest stuff and gossip that's going on now with all our comic book properties.
Mm-hmm.
And everything.
Yeah.
And well, what do you want to start
with?
Well,
I think we might as well start with the big news that happened within the last week or so, which is the announcement of Marvel's Phase 3 slate.
Yeah, lots of good movies. The biggest thing is that the third Avengers movie will actually be broken up into two movies. They're going to do like the whole Harry Potter treatment. It's going to be Avengers Infinity Gauntlet Part 1, Infinity Gauntlet Part 2, or Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars. Hold on, I actually have on my phone, I went and last night looked up a list of the movies.
There you go. That was going to be more
so I could be prepared. Yep, I was a Girl Scout once, so I take Be Prepared very seriously. Favorites, bookmarks, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Wait a minute, why didn't it? Whatever.
Yeah. But other than that, well, offhand, the ones I know are coming out are, of course, the Avengers movie. There's going to be Captain America 3 Civil War.
Which is going to be very interesting as far as how they're going to manage it, since they're not going to be
able to use the other characters.
Able to use as many of the other characters as they can. Yeah. I mean, the X-Men aren't going to be in it. Thank you.
There you go. Spider-Man won't be in it. But I heard rumors, though, that the Black Panther is going to be in it, and he might be placed in the role of what Spider-Man did
was
in the movie.
And he's going to be kind of the one that's caught in the middle between Tony Stark's camp and Captain America's camp.
And, of course, that'll pave the way for the Black Panther having his own movie, of course.
And full disclosure, I have not read the Civil War arc yet, but I've seen enough about it online and got curious enough to just, do some investigating on my own and look it up. So I kind of know, but I've not read it yet.
Yeah, I have to pick it up myself. But isn't that the story arc where near the end Captain America gets gunned down?
Gunned down, yes. And that's also when Bucky Barnes takes over as Captain America.
Let's see how that plays out. If they're gonna go that route in the movie, are they gonna retire Chris Evans at least for a movie or two? Because they always come back.
Yeah, they always come back. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
The rule is that nobody's dead in Marvel except Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
But nobody's dead permanently in Marvel except Uncle Ben.
It used to be a couple years back. There was a rule that used to say no one stays dead except for Uncle Ben, Bucky Barnes, and Jason Todd. Now it's like wait.
No, Jason Todd was DC. That was just the comic book
comics.
Overall.
That's right, rule in comics. But it was like, now
it's it's just Uncle Ben.
Now it's not just Uncle Ben. Well, give it a couple more years.
Yeah, give it a couple more years, Uncle Ben will come back.
That was the clone. The real Uncle Ben is out there.
The real Uncle Ben's out there somewhere.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will find
like,
Martin Sheen just cowering in a basement somewhere.
I'm level 10. Clearance level 10.
Clearance level 10, and they find... Yeah, it'll be them finding Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben in the basement. Well, they have to, because the guy that played Uncle Ben in the Tobey Maguire Spider movies, Cliff Robertson, is dead now. So it's gonna be kind of hard to make it him.
Yeah. Well, we don't want Uncle Ben to be winning either.
Yeah. So.
But then let me see, what else did they? They also announced the Inhumans movie.
Inhumans.
Which is weird.
That's gonna be interesting. But it also kind of works out when you think about it, considering that they're introducing Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch.
Were any members of the Inhumans in the?
No, but Pietro Maximoff was married to Crystal, who was an Inhuman.
Oh. Wasn't Crystal with the Human Torch for a while or something?
I don't know. Crystal just fooled around on him a lot.
Oh.
She's kind of not a good person when it comes to, staying with her husband. But But she was one of the Inhumans, because I think she's married to Thanos or something now. She's married to I think she's married to somebody that's involved with Guardians of the Galaxy now.
Oh god, that would be exciting. So that's another thing.
Another one, Galaxy
Guardians of the Galaxy sequel.
Sequel, which yay, we can have more Dancing Baby Groot. Which Dancing Baby Groot, I'm pretty sure, was the best part of the. Again, I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy just yet, but I actually made my mother a promise, because my mother's a comic book nerd as well, that I will wait to see Guardians. Oh, thank you.
Anything else for you?
Oh, Could I get some more creamer, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
you go.
That I will wait to see
This is
Guardians.
all live.
Yes, all live. That I will wait to see Guardians of the Galaxy until I can see it with my mother, because she wants to see it too.
Oh,
So
it's pretty. Oh, you haven't seen it yet then.
I haven't seen it. I know what happens. Spoilers have never been a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just honestly do not care if I get something spoiled, because I still like seeing it played out. Seeing how they do actually do it on screen is half the fun of it for me.
Yeah. So,
So, which also, when you think about it, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 can lead into another one that they said they're going to release, which is Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel is going to be Carol Danvers this time.
and
And
they're flat out calling her Captain Marvel instead of just Miss Marvel.
yes, now me and one of my other friends, my coworker, who goes by Kiki, he and I were getting into a discussion about how they can do Captain Marvel without having to squeeze the backstory in at the beginning of them, because initially in the comic books, as I understand it, Captain Marvel was a member of the Kree, like Ronan the Destroyer, and
But that fits though.
yeah.
With all this, we've already seen the Kree in the movie, so it kind of fits to show
Yeah.
that.
So
Because for all we know, she could appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as a member of the
yeah.
Kree, and then be up to her own movie.
well, they said that it would be mostly Earthbound, but it would have the elements of the supernatural in her movies, But we did actually figure out that the only way it would make sense is if you introduce Carol Danvers in, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or one of the other movies
Yeah.
that comes out before that, like maybe a post-credits sequence, have her during Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
somehow, make her way to them, and then find the pre-Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
and have him pass the powers on to her, which is, as I understand it, what happened in the comic books. Again, full disclosure, never read that arc. I'm woefully behind on my comic book knowledge.
And we also have Doctor Strange having his
Yes.
own movie. Remember in the Winter Soldier when the guy was blurring out random names, was blurring
Oh,
out like
God.
Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, but Doctor Strange.
Stephen
so-
Strange. The only useful thing he ever did, the only useful thing Sitwell did in 2 movies and in an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. appearance
Yeah.
was give us hope for a Doctor Strange movie, and we got it. The Bugs decided they
Hey,
wanted.
we don't pay you enough to be in our kids.
Yeah, we didn't hire you.
I know.
You're not union.
You know how much we gotta sign all the paperwork for flies? They charge so much.
Yeah, and the flies eat so much.
Yes. And well, speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., well, the show's pretty good now. There's lots of new plot points based on the last season. We tried to do episodes on S.H.I.E.L.D. We only did one at Taco Bell, but we didn't really have time to, because I kind of want to follow up, but okay. But now that we're in the second season, we got more stuff. We got Coulson writing out these weird symbols that we were seeing the last season, and it's like there's more mystery coming out, because now those symbols keep popping up in other things. Other people also know how to make them, so now it's like the mystery of what's going on. We got the mystery of who is Sky's father. We got the mystery, well, not mystery, but we got Grant being locked up. Now he's free. Last episode he escaped.
Oh, gee,
They
I have
said
to
they
say,
were
I
going to
hate
take
Grant
him
Ward.
to another.
I hate Grant Ward so much at this point.
They were
I
going
just
to
don't
take
care what
Grant
happens
Ward
to
to
him.
another security prison,
Oh God, and he
and
escaped
he
during
escaped
transport.
when he was It's like, dude, don't get up.
Did they learn nothing from trying to transport
I know.
Sam Wilson, Natasha Romanoff, and Steve Rogers during The Winter Soldier? Did they learn absolutely nothing from that?
That's the kind of guy that you need, like Steve Rogers watching him, not just typical soldiers. Typical
Yeah.
soldiers can't do crap. And
He was like, you need Chris. He was like, what's Chris Evans doing? He can fix this. We just send him afterward. No, better yet, somebody find Bucky Barnes and send him afterward.
There you go.
Ward's Hydra, and we know Bucky's got an axe to grind.
there we go. And then another thing is we also have, apparently I didn't know this because I missed an episode. Apparently Mockingbird is amongst Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, this girl named Bonnie.
Yep.
Which is funny because, well, he brought in a lot of new agents. One of the new agents is this mercenary guy named Hunter that was always like bad-mouthing his ex-wife. A couple episodes in, we find out that she's actually Mockingbird.
Yep.
And I just knew she was with Hawkeye in the comics in the old days when Hawkeye still wore that weird Wolverine-ish mask with a big H on his face
Oh,
and
God.
everything. And I knew they were together at that time. So, but I never knew her real name, really. So I saw the second episode. Bonnie was in, and I'm saying, oh, so she must have been in the last episode I missed. Okay, but I didn't know that she was Mockingbird then.
Yep. And that actually kind of ties in with Carol Danvers. You could argue that to get a feel for the character, they could actually introduce her in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because she was Air Force before she took over as Captain Marvel.
It all depends if
So you
want to
could
go that
easily,
way.
yeah. I mean,
I wish there
at the
weren't so
very least,
many-
they should replace Adrian Pasdar's character with her, because I am so sick of seeing him as a blonde. He does not. He just looks goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy. It's like.
But I
And of course,
do-
guys like that are not supposed. Like guys like that are not supposed to look goofy. They're supposed to look intimidating.
Yeah.
His character's supposed to be a jerk. He's goofy looking. As much as I love Adrian Pasdar's acting, I can't take him seriously on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's kind of a shame because the character is meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah. You're referring to was the character you played?
Oh. Yeah, the guy that Coulson tells, basically makes a deal with, here, we'll bring you these people if you leave us.
Oh, the general guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
because
guy.
I never know their actor names. I know. It's like, that's one thing.
Nathan from Heroes. We'll just say Nathan from Heroes.
There we go. Yeah, because that guy who plays Coulson, he was in that movie Labor Day or something in Tahiti. In some other place, and Paige watched the movie. He's like, hey, you're teaching Coulson. And it's like, that must be where Tahiti is. That's Tahiti.
It really is a magical place, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh god. But let's see. Well, now we got, so it's not all Marvel. It's like, hey, you guys, what the hell? It's like comics, so it's all Marvel. We got DC stuff to discuss, or rather, you do. I'm not much into.
Yes, I again am behind on all of these. I actually went to the library today to try to find some, some of the compendiums to maybe catch up on a little bit of what I missed. And
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
everything's good. Thank you.
Let me make sure the red dot is still blinking, because that would suck a bit.
Oh yeah. Okay, red dot's still going. We're good.
There we go. That was awful. I was going to ask the lady, can you check if there's a red dot there?
It's like, is the red dot still going?
I mean, you talk at you.
So I was trying to maybe see some of the DCN that I'm woefully behind on, because when I was a kid, all I got was Marvel comics. So I'm really, really behind on DC, but I couldn't find any. The one I was looking to catch up on, which is no longer running, is the Hellblazer comics featuring John Constantine, because Constantine is now a show on NBC. And it's actually fairly good. I've seen the first 2 episodes. I actually got Amazon Instant Video for my Wii just so I could buy the first 2 episodes and have them to watch again. Because there's so much visually, it's amazing. The show overall is amazing. Matt Ryan he was on Criminal Minds Suspect Behavior, is playing John Constantine, and he is actually probably the best choice for the job. He's got he's a natural brunette, as I understand. They dyed his hair blonde for it.
How much the character?
Yep. He's got the trench coat, the kind of wonky looking tie going on. They haven't been able to show the fact that he smokes like a chimney, but they do imply that. He's just snarky, sarcastic, kind of an a-hole, but.
Well, now what about the Gotham
He's really
show?
good.
I personally haven't seen it, but I do know a lot of people love it. I just don't have time to see it.
Gotham is really good too. I'm all caught up on Gotham. They've started to introduce Arkham Asylum. Well, they've introduced it as the Arkham District, and they're going to build up the asylum.
Oh, so that's like the place where the Arkham.
Yeah, Arkham's actually a full district at this point.
Oh, geez.
A full district at this point that's just run down. It's split, I guess, ownership halfway now between Falcone's gang and Maroni's gang. Probably the one big thing I can recommend about Gotham is Robin Lord Taylor as the Penguin.
I actually saw a shirt with him on Hot Topic. I'm like, dude,
There's already a Robin Lord Taylor shirt in Hot Topic.
and I was
Oh
like,
my
dude,
god.
really? They must be doing a good job on that show.
He is amazing. The first thing, when they cast him, the first thing I thought when I saw the picture was, oh my god, they found a miniature Burgess Meredith to play the Penguin. And he's really good. Again, it was just pitch perfect casting. They're going more the psychotic route than they did the actual monster route with the Tim Burton Batman. But it works.
Yeah, well,
you would never,
nowadays he is kind of like a mobster that runs the crime.
and you would never suspect this guy. Like, you'd never suspect him of anything. He's just so unassuming, kind of nerdy.
So it's not
kind of
obviously
nerdy.
evil within the
No.
show, or?
Oh no, he has the psychotic tendencies, and his mom is nuts. Carol Kane plays his mother, and oh my god.
Oh, dude.
I actually texted my mother while I'm watching the episode. I'm like, Mom, my incest detector just went off, and she goes, no, there's no incest here. She's just really nuts. She's just overprotective and nuts. I'm like, okay, well, you would know. It's like, you would know because my mother works in the court system. She's seen all the weird cases that can go through.
How about Catwoman appearing in the show? Like,
Catwoman's pretty good. My mom's one complaint about the show is that she does. All of these people are supposed to be around in the comic books around the same age as Batman. I'm like, well, you can't really say that because they never gave any ages for anyone. Like the comic book characters have never had ages.
Yeah.
Except for Damian Wayne, and that was just messed up. They really shouldn't have put an age on him.
Yeah.
Or they should have aged him up before they did all that. But yeah, Catwoman maybe like a young teenager. Edward Nygma, who's the Riddler, is old enough to be working as a forensic tech for the Gotham PD.
And this all takes place like within days of Bruce Wayne losing his parents, right?
The first episode is the first few days after that. I don't know any sort of time frame for the ones
so
after
by the
it.
time Batman is Batman, Edward Nygma is gonna be like a cane instead of a
He's gonna
stick.
be yelling at people to get off his lawn.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Riddle me this. What has two legs and needs to get off my lawn? You. But they're trying to also keep a timeless vibe to it. Like there's some like 1950s kind of looking outfits.
I was gonna ask you though, does it still take place in quote unquote modern day or?
Well, they have like 1950s type outfits, and they have like smartphones and stuff. The writers have said they want to try to keep it as like a timeless vibe, like it could happen at any time.
Yeah.
So they have a mix. They have a mix of things.
Yeah.
My only complaint is
so
that
by the time he becomes Batman, it's basically going to be Batman Beyond at this point.
at that point, yeah. My only complaint about the show is that they've made Barbara, Jim Gordon's fiancée Barbara, who is mother of, I believe, Batgirl in the comics.
Barbara
yeah.
Gordon, yeah.
Yeah, her mother is stupid. I mean, if somebody tells you to get out of Gotham for your own safety and you go, don't come back.
No.
That's all I'm going to say. I can't say anything else because it would ruin the episode, but I just... And they actually introduced Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be the latest episode.
I've watched American Horror Story. I have seen all sorts of crazy, messed up shit that Ryan Murphy has put on that.
That's Victor Zsasz.
Victor Zsasz creeped me out and unsettled me more than an episode of American Horror Story, and that's saying something. Just the way the guy that plays, I think his name is Anthony Corrigan, but the way he played him, he's very good. The acting is amazing on him. And a lot of people I know were complaining when Ben McKenzie was cast as Jim Gordon because we all grew up watching him on the OC.
Yeah.
But clearly these people did not follow it up with Southland like I did, where he actually played a cop, and it was straight drama, and he was very good.
How's Harvey Bullock going? It's like he's found. He should have been in the trilogy.
Donald Logue is the best Harvey Bullock ever. I've been a fan of Donald Logue since Grounded for Life was on. He's played kind of a jerk, not kind of a jerk. His character on Vikings, King Horik, was a major douchebag. My mother and I sat there watching it and just loved to scream at him the entire time. But so he can do that. He can play the nice guy too. Because every time he does comedy, he's basically a nice guy. So this is a nice combination of the two.
Yeah. That's Harvey Bullock. He's kind of a jerk, but he's still a good guy deep down, you know?
Yeah, and the episode Spirit of the Goat, which I think is like the 5th episode, actually opens with a flashback to Harvey Bullock 10 years before Gotham happened. Where you see that he basically was, as enthusiastic as Jim Gordon was. Because it's a nice, backstory on it. They're doing a lot with Gotham. And to go back to Constantine for a second, the visuals are excellent on both shows. Gotham, you definitely get the sense of gloom and doom in the city, but when you're in like Fish Mooney's Club, you get the sense of this is why people were so put out at the rich people in Gotham for so long. With Constantine, the special effects, because I have to rely on special effects for a lot of it, are amazing. One of the scenes in the pilot episode, Harold Perrineau from Lost, his character Manny freezes everything, including the rain that's happening, and Matt Ryan just kind of swoops the rain out of the way, and it's just one of the best visuals. And they had an excellent special effect with a dissolving train as well. It's visually, it's awesome. The writing's good. A lot of people are saying that this is what Supernatural should be now. It should still be this good 10 years on.
Yeah.
It's just amazing all around, and the casts are funny too. The cast of Constantine was live tweeting the episode last night, and kind of teasing each other a little bit. And the Gotham folks. I mean, I've seen Corey Michael Smith tweet some things that I was on the floor laughing.
No.
Like it's just a really good cast. Donald Logue will like tweet jokes and stuff during it. The casts have basically gelled perfectly for both shows. I think they've got a future. It remains to be seen whether I don't know if Constantine has a full season pickup. I know Gotham got a back 9, and I think Gotham got a back 9 for this first season. I think they've also been picked up for a second. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look it up, but I'm fairly certain that they got a second season already. I know they got their back.
S.H.I.E.L.D., it's still pretty too soon to know about a third season or not. Depends on how this one ends and how it ties with their upcoming movies and everything.
Yep. Speaking of the upcoming movies, what did you think of the Age of Ultron trailer?
That was awesome.
I'm pretty sure that, and there's, I know no way James Spader will say this, but I'd just like to say, James Spader, you've ruined any chance of me being able to watch Pinocchio with my future children. So I hope you're happy. But no, I think honestly, and there's another one where people were complaining about the casting. Have you ever not watched The Blacklist? James Spader is really good at being the bad guy.
Yeah.
They're playing to his strengths.
And I just love that little scene of the Avengers just messing around with Thor's hammer, and that Rhodey was there with them too and everything.
Yeah, Rhodey's trying to like help Tony Stark.
Hey, whose side are you on?
He was like, hey, come ahead. And the best part of that little scene, the look on Thor's face when he realized that Captain America made the hammer move a little bit. Like, I was not expecting that. It was also, but this begs the question though, do you think that Black Widow would have been able to move the hammer even a little? Because she says she didn't want to.
Well, she still a lot of people in her time. It's hard to say.
A lot of people that I've seen on the internet are theorizing that if Bucky Barnes were to try to lift the hammer, that he'd be able to, because he was brainwashed and he didn't do those things of his own volition. And he's basically a good person, did a lot of work, did a lot to actually save people during World War II.
Yeah.
And the fact that he became the Winter Soldier was not his choice and was not his fault. Yeah. So I think it's a good theory. I personally think he would. Because Thor was kind of...
Captain America's even like more wholesome. I mean, he did budget, but he didn't lift it.
Yeah. But then again, Thor, let's be honest, Thor was kind of a dick.
Yeah, he was.
And he was still able to lift the hammer right away. So it stands to reason that maybe the hammer recognizes that, yeah, you can be a jerk, but you're generally a good person. Maybe it decided that
Agent Coulson lift the hammer up.
Oh god, if Coulson lifting the hammer.
And that's one thing. Coulson needs to come back to the movies. I'm sorry. I wrote an article today, and because the last month some Nerd Block came with a replica of Coulson's playing cards and with fake blood on them.
Oh, too soon.
But when I wrote about that, I was like,
too soon.
When I wrote about it, I was like, dude, I'm even forgetting that he was in the movie. They got to bring him back.
We need to have Coulson in Age of Ultron.
Hell, he's director of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, too, so they kind of sort of have to bring him back now. That
they do.
Or mention, did you know Coulson runs S.H.I.E.L.D. now, not Fury, what?
What? What the heck?
They got to kind of address that.
And a little bit of big new Marvel news that just kind of was released this week. Idris Elba revealed that he and Tom Hiddleston and Chris Hemsworth were filming scenes as Thor, Heimdall, and Loki for Age of Ultron. Now,
well, that's the thing. I heard a little rumor about that, but I just don't. How would Loki fit into that?
A lot of people are thinking that maybe it's a post-credit sequence. But that would make no sense because usually the Marvel post-credit sequences lead into directly into the next movie.
Well,
and Captain America: Civil War is coming out before Thor: Ragnarok is.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. It was
so that's like, yeah. So it's like, how would that fit in though if they're filming it? Unless it's for unless he goes to Asgard at some point to ask for help. That's the only way I could think that would fit in.
Yeah.
But thank you, Idris Elba, for opening your mouth and blabbing. Because I'm pretty sure you weren't supposed to do that, and Joss Whedon is sitting there somewhere going, right now.
And then another thing is, back then people were upset about how they're not going to make an Iron Man 4, but I mean, the Captain America 3 is basically Captain America 3 / Iron Man 4 at this point, yeah.
And I mean, we kind of have to give Robert Downey Jr. a break. He's got a new baby. He's got a 2-year-old at home. He's got a new baby. His wife Susan had a little girl on Tuesday. Congratulations, by the way, folks. So yeah, I mean, give the guy some time to see the little ones grow up. So. But I'm excited. Who do you think is going to end up getting cast as Doctor Strange, though? So a lot of people
I think they already announced the guy, didn't they?
they're saying, I know Chadwick Boseman from 42, where he played Jackie Robinson, and he also has played James Brown. And 42 is a very, very good movie, so I'm excited to see Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther. They're saying that they're in final negotiations with Benedict
Oh, so they're
Cumberbatch.
still not like. I thought that,
It's like they're finalizing things.
Oh.
My mom's personal choice was Joaquin Phoenix. I'm like, Mom, Joaquin Phoenix has been Strange for years now. We don't need to give him an actual movie to do it. But I think Cumberbatch would be a good. People are complaining about it because they're like, Benedict Cumberbatch is everywhere. He's everywhere, but with good reason. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I've seen him in things other than Sherlock, and I was impressed. So I think it was good. It's Martin Freeman that I don't like, not Benedict Cumberbatch. Watson in Sherlock. I don't like him. The guy's kind of a jerk. But Cumberbatch's acting is really good, and it would give him a chance to go to Marvel events with Tom Hiddleston because apparently they're best friends. And you know when best friends are in Marvel movies together.
Yeah, he used to go around a lot.
Yeah, I can only imagine the shenanigans that are happening. Well, no, there probably aren't any shenanigans because James Spader isn't actually on the Age of Ultron set unless he was doing motion capture for
People would be doing motion capture stuff.
Well, yeah, then him and Robert Downey Jr. have been friends since
Because
the
you still
80s.
gotta show up for autograph signings, that big red carpet there, once you take the pictures.
And you know him and Robert Downey Jr. are just gonna screw around like mad on that.
This is like, what's it called? They had like this TV show, I forgot what it was, one of those daytime stuff. They had some of the Guardians of the Galaxy people in there. And Cage was just joking about, well, why are they bringing that dude? All he did is just, I am Groot, and then he's on there, and you're interviewing him and talking, and all he does, we just hear his voice.
Well, we only hear Bradley Cooper's voice too, but he kind of says more than I am Groot. I still think it was awesome that Vin Diesel showed up to the Guardians of the Galaxy premiere on stilts yelling I am Groot at the crowd. Like, that's how you do promotion for your movie. That's how you show that you're really into it.
That would make everyone geek out like hell, I'm sure.
They did. I saw a video of it, and he was like, the crowd was just losing it completely. It was wonderful. And that's a big part of it. I think that's why I think that's why I like Marvel slightly more than I like DC, which probably is going to get me a bunch of comments going,
yeah.
You're like pointing at me like Donald Sutherland at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I can tell.
But it's because their movies, yeah, they have the dark edges to it, but they get people that are really good at playing that and the comedic parts, and they love what they're doing.
No, it embraces the fact that it's a comic book movie.
Yeah.
While all these other movies are trying to make everything super dark, super serious. I mean, we did not even see an emo Superman. I did like Man of Steel a bit, but I don't know. I was expecting it to be kind of emo after seeing Dark Knight.
To be fair, we did have an emo Peter Parker at one point too. So.
Yeah, but at least he was dancing and prancing, and he made the emo fun.
Let's forget that ever happened.
I had my hairstyle styled like that for a couple of days just
oh
for
my
relevant.
god!
And my friends asked me, dude, why are you emo Peter Parker? I'm gonna walk down and be like,
because emo Peter Parker got both girls. That's why.
There you go. Like I said, he makes emo fun.
He makes emo a desirable state.
Yeah.
Threw one of my fries accidentally.
That's an emo fun.
Another one.
Another root beer for you?
Yeah, one more. It's so good, you know. So I think while I was on my sandwich here, it's probably a good time to wrap it up. If you got any last updates or highlights or any.
Oh, going back to the Man of Steel for a second. We all know that Batman vs Superman is going to come out within the next couple years. So I personally think that Ben Affleck is going to do a good job, and that might make me unpopular, but I don't care. Yes, it's Ben Affleck. Yes, Daredevil was a horrible movie, but I think what we need to emphasize is that Ben Affleck did not write the script for Daredevil. We can't hold him responsible for a crappy script.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing that. I think that's not fair to Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
He didn't write the script. Now, I know Netflix is coming out with a Daredevil series that is going to be, that looks like it's going to be pretty good. They've got Vincent D'Onofrio to be Bullseye. And Deborah Ann Woll from True Blood, who was one of the vampires, is going to be Daredevil's girlfriend. I can't remember.
Elektra?
No, not Elektra.
Still recording.
Not Elektra. Karen something?
I
don't know.
about Daredevil too. I just know he hates the Kingpin and Electro's fatal death at the hands of Bullseye. Good versus Spider-Man, which of course you can't show.
Yeah.
But I do know he's different from Spider-Man. But that's all I know about
Wait,
Daredevil.
Vincent D'Onofrio might be playing Kingpin rather than Bullseye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how you can get a better Kingpin than the late Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
But I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio is a really good actor. He's proved that for decades now. And I know they're also going to be coming out with a Luke Cage series.
Oh, jeez.
That's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Netflix is going to do with the Marvel properties that they have, especially because they're working for. It looks like they're putting together all the
with
Defenders.
Marvel or is that like with
That's-
Sony or Fox or something?
No, that's with Marvel because they're putting out a bunch of the Defenders, like Luke Cage, Jessica.
Jessica Drew Spider-Woman?
No, not Jessica Drew Spider-Woman. Somebody else.
That's the only
She
Jessica
hooks
that
up
comes
with
to mind.
she hooks up with Luke Cage apparently. I can't remember her name. Oh God,
Only one that
why am
comes
I
to
forgetting?
mind. I don't really know.
Yeah, Jessica Drew. The only Jessicas that are coming to mind right now are Jessica Drew, which is Spider-Woman, and Jessica Walter, which is She-Hulk,
Yeah.
which is not happening apparently yet.
Yeah.
Although, Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation said that if they want do a She-Hulk movie, she wants to be She-Hulk. I think she'd be a good. I think she'd be a good She-Hulk. But there, a lot of the ones that Netflix are doing are all people who are part of the Marvel Defenders. So that's leading me to the theory that maybe Phase 4, which I know is jumping way far in the future,
Yeah.
to think about that even, they do say that all the Netflix properties are apparently going to be tying in with the established Marvel Cinematic Universe, which makes me wonder if Phase 4 wouldn't include a Marvel Defenders movie,
Yeah.
considering that they're giving Doctor Strange his own movie and he is
Oh,
one of
but
the
we-
one of the main Marvel Defenders.
Yeah. We also got to see though, because honestly, I cannot think of a better finale than having the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy team up to take down Thanos. So it'll be very hard to make more movies after that. That's like the finale right there. Come to think of
I'm
it,
betting that's
also-
what that has to be what Infinity War is going to be, because one of the scenes was Thanos wearing the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, because you also have to consider how old actors are going to be by then too. It's like that. I mean, if you're going to end it, that's like the biggest bang ever.
Yeah.
Avengers,
Although-
Guardians of the Galaxy, any other superhero that they introduce along the way.
Although we both know, and I think the world at large knows that Robert Downey Jr. just doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's going to do this as long as he's able to.
Yeah.
Well, probably because he's got the young son now. He's like two or three or something. And I mean, what better prestige point is there than to go into your school and you're like, my daddy's a doctor, my daddy's a lawyer, my daddy's Iron Man.
Yeah, there you go.
On the DC side of that, though, we have Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' kid who's gonna be like, he's gonna get made fun of for his kid. He's like, your daddy was Green Lantern. Yeah, but my daddy was also Deadpool.
There you go.
I'm still so excited that they're going to put out Fox is going to do a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. The only thing they have to get Ryan Reynolds to be Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's the only person that can be Deadpool because every time I've seen him in interviews, going back to when he was on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place when I was a kid, he has been Deadpool. The man is Deadpool.
Yeah.
So they can't have anyone else as Deadpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we covered quite a lot.
Yeah, that's basically it. The thing is, we're gonna need like a bit more, a whole bunch of updates to making the second episode. But
Yeah, I'm sure something else will happen
Yeah.
within the next few days. I mean,
The closer we get to these movies, the more and more rumors you hear about this actor, that one, and this one, and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, Age of Ultron, they're already leaking stuff. Like, people have seen the Bucky Barnes stunt double on set in Full Winter Soldier costume, so God only knows what they're going to...
I'm gonna check that out. So anyways, guys, yeah, this is
Anna,
and Mark Rodriguez here.
and we will see you next time.
Yep, we'll be nominating even more delicious food.
Yes.